Okay, welcome everyone. Thanks so much for popping on the call tonight. Okay, so I just wanted to celebrate you guys. I saw this idea actually, it's another Jewel hosted, and I thought it was such a great idea. Like, why not do a little celebration? Like, if we were all local, we would get together at a coffee shop and have a little celebration. So, since we can't all be local and together, we'll just do this. This will be the compromise. So, congratulations. I know some of you went silver at the very last minute last night. Some of you went silver in January. So congratulations. That is super exciting. So I just wanted to welcome everyone. So fun. So thankful you guys could be on tonight. And I did want to just say a couple things. You guys are a light. I don't know if you view yourselves that way, but you're a light. You're a light in the world. And you know what? There's a lot of negativity, a lot of things happening in the world that aren't so positive, but you guys are sharing and adding value to people. You're having an impact on people's lives, and guys, that's something to celebrate. And I think sometimes we forget about that. We think, helping someone with their health, but you never know how you initiating, or maybe they initiated, however it transpired, you initiating your care and concern for someone else can completely change the trajectory of their life. So I just wanted to thank you for your positivity, for sharing beautiful things. And you're part of a health and happiness company. Like, how awesome is that? It's so fun. I did want to say that it's a major congratulations, because you guys are in the top 8% of Plexus ambassadors. So that's a very big honor. So proud of you. And I did want to say, you guys have planted a lot of seeds. So most likely you've chatted with more than 3 people in order to go silver, correct? You're the ones that have made it. You've made it happen. You've poured out love on people. You've reached out. Maybe you've pushed through comfort zones. You've been brave. Some of us are really scared to post on Facebook, to tell someone about something that we're using. A lot of you have pushed past those kind of, selfish feelings of, oh my word, what will they think of me? That comfort zone thing. You're showing that you're brave, you're fearless, you're courageous. And you know what I always think about? When people push past comfort zones, there's always growth. And I think that's so exciting, because all throughout our lives, we're going to be growing, right? If we're not growing, we're stagnant. Who wants to be around us if we're not growing as people, And you guys are a hope and inspiration to me. I just want you all to know that. So I was chatting with Justin earlier today, and we were chatting about this. And he said, sharing with one person, you have the potential to impact hundreds or thousands of people by sharing with one person. Because in network marketing, one can become 100, or one can become 1,000. Or 10,000. I'm not planning to share the story, but it just came to my mind. When I was in Hawaii the first year, I was chatting with Jen Hawkins' mother. If you don't know Jen Hawkins, she sponsored Celeste Gwynn, and Celeste Gwynn is the double diamond in Plexus. There's 2 double diamonds now, but she's one of them. And Jen Hawkins' mom said to me, she's like, because she's a mother of 10 children, so she was giving me mom advice. I was just asking, I'm like, what's your top tips for being a mom? She has 10 kids, and she's like, she told me, she said, my kids are impacting the world, literally. She's like, Jen, she's like, through Plexus, she's literally impacting so many people's lives. And she was saying, you're going to equip your kids to go out and share with people. But I just thought, Jen Hawkins has hundreds of thousands of ambassadors on her team, which is amazing. I mean, that's incredible. But think, the power of 3 can be 300, 900. And Justin was reminding me that we live in the information age. So this is a time period where we're sharing our stories. We're sharing information. This is a different age than the industrial age, when people were basically selling a product. The info age is we're sharing our stories, and sharing our stories is very impactful for people. That is very compelling, and it's our story. Like, we own our story. So I thought it would be fun to share our silver stories. So not everyone's going to have a chance to be able to share, but a couple of people that are on tonight are going to share. I'll go first and share how I went silver. So some of you may or may not know my story. I don't know. I'm just going to give you a really brief, condensed version. But basically, there's a period of 18 months from when I was first introduced to Plexus to when I actually signed up. which was 3 years ago on Valentine's Day. And there was various seed planters. When I look back, there was multiple people that reached out to me about Plexus. And then I started seeing it on Facebook. And what Facebook did for me, it wasn't annoying to me. It was actually intriguing because the people that were posting did it well and they were educating. And so I said, yes, after I was looking at this stuff. Okay. And I only joined one person, which kind of cracked me up because I was researching and contacted every single person I knew sharing Plexus. And so finally I had to go with the person that followed up with me the best. So kudos to my sponsor, Carrie, for being the master of follow-up, the queen of follow-up. Do not be ashamed to follow up. They always say the fortune's in the follow-up. And I'm pretty sure Carrie would agree that that's true. So I was actually a very quiet Plexus taker. So I was not real overly chatty with her. I was pretty quiet. And so 2 weeks in, I actually quit the products because I thought that they were tanking my milk supply. I was actually nursing baby number 5. It was about 3 months postpartum. I had some health issues. We were exposed to mold like 2 years earlier. And so I was still recovering from that, kind of transitioned over from working with a naturopath. I was somewhat of a supplement snob and very skeptical. I kind of figured that I would be able to kind of formulate my own Plexus products, but found out Plexus was way more comprehensive and way less expensive to just dive in and do it. So anyways, turned out the baby was tongue and lip tied. So I hopped back on the products and I started studying. I started researching. I was also added to this team page, a large team page, and it was like drinking from a fire hydrant. I was just like, oh my word, so much info here. But it was helping me get the information that I needed to, one, bring my influence and my network and my name to put on with Plexus, because I started to see, you know what, I can align myself with a company that has these core values, that has products that work on root issues. I was not into band-aiding health issues. I could see that I could align with that. I was also a little bit of an entrepreneur, and so the business part intrigued me a little bit. So I was like, okay, and I think outside the box. And so anyways, I started to share. I was like, this makes sense. This is health and wellness. I was kind of already doing that a little bit on Facebook anyway. So I just started to share. Most people did not like or comment on my posts, but I started to get some private messages. Hey, Megan, I have a yeast problem. Can you help me? What are your products doing for people? And I started sharing my personal story. I didn't have a very big of one, actually. And it was a little bit scary to me to be sharing, the reason I shared was because I understood how and why the products worked. And I saw that they could impact a lot of people. I had still a lot of gut issues to deal with, and that does not heal overnight. So I knew I had to stay consistent. I had to keep going. And I'm glad I didn't wait the 4 to 6 months to start sharing before I had my big fancy Plexus story. So I just started to share little tidbits along the way and educate people about the little things that I was learning. I was so excited, and I think that really attracted people to what I was sharing because I was so excited about it. So I started posting in March, and I went silver at the end of April. So it was about 6 weeks it took me to go silver. So I wasn't a fast starter, but I did it by posting. I didn't do a lot of reaching out. I shared on Facebook. And 11 months after I went silver, I actually hit emerald. And if some of you may or may not know what that means, but that's when you get the Hawaii trip and you get the Lexus and the Plexus Lexus. So if that's something that intrigues you, that trips your trigger, you can go research that. And that was a big goal. It was a big goal for me. It wasn't necessarily all about the trip in the car, but I was super excited to be able to hit certain goals that I had set for myself. And so that's kind of my story in a nutshell. I'm so thankful for people that were faithful to share with me, that they were able to step out in bravery and share. So I thought it'd be fun to have some other people share. And actually, Anna said that she would share. I don't see Melinda. Is Melinda on here? Melinda has little kids. Maybe something came up. And let's see. Actually, maybe, where's Anna? Where's Anna? How come I don't see Anna?
She's the 423 number at the bottom. Well, on my screen, 423. She's not, there's no picture. It's just your phone.
Hold on. There's a lot more people on here. Okay, hang on. My screen is like minimized or something. Whoa. Okay, now I see you all. Oh, and Molly's on. I didn't think Molly was going to be able to be on. Okay. All right. So we're going to share a couple stories. So Anna, are you game for going first? We would love to hear how you went silver. You'll just have to click the little unmute button in the corner. While she's getting her unmute button fixed. Where'd she go? Oh, there she is. Actually, Melody was going to share a little bit. So we'll have Melody share, and then Anna can go after her.
There we go. Hey, Megan. Hey, everybody. Hey. Okay, my story is kind of similar, Megan. It took me, I would say, 8 or 9 weeks to go silver. So I was not sharing very much. I was pretty much just talking in person and posting on Facebook. I didn't really do a lot of reaching out, but I was super passionate and excited with the people that I did talk to. I did hand out a lot of samples, and I remember just thinking, like, just take this. You have no idea what you're holding in your hands. Just try it. And I didn't say all that, but I remember just that feeling of passion and excitement, like I had something to share. And I had seen such a huge change in my headaches leaving that it was just really fun to feel like I had something that would bless other people and would really get to the root of their problems. And it was funny too. I don't know if you all have listened to Carissa Casey. She has some amazing training on on YouTube about wording and that sort of thing. And I remember listening to one of her trainings as I was working to go silver. And she was talking about words to not use and phrases you should use and that sort of thing. And I remember getting down and just thinking to myself, I'm pretty sure I used every single one of those words that she said not to use. Not sounding apologetic, having that passion and excitement I had, but some of my wording kind of needed a little bit of tweaking. So I would encourage you, if you haven't looked her up, to do so. It's just a little tip there. But anyway, I just thought that was kind of a funny story, but it was fun to see the Lord bring people, and ever since he just keeps bringing people. The 3 people that joined me were not close friends or family. One was a church friend, and the other 2 were old friends I hadn't seen in forever. They just happened to see my post on Facebook. We got to chatting, and that was it. So that's my story in a nutshell.
Thanks, Melody. And Melody's a nutritionist, a certified nutritionist, and we did not know each other in person prior to Plexus. I think she reached out to me somehow. Maybe we knew each other through blogs. And she was a customer for a while. And so the products have really blessed her. And yeah, it's so fun. And I actually forgot to say that my first three people were super random people. I know we sometimes talk about contact your dirt list, basically your mom, your BFF, and your aunt, or someone that would just buy dirt from you because they love you. My people are very random. One was a close friend at the time. And then like 2 people that just saw my posts and they were game for trying it. So it's interesting. Who are the first people to join you? And then I agree with Melody. It's very fun to see God answer prayer, because I was praying expectantly, like, Lord, I know these products can help people, send them. And I was always like waking up the next week thinking, okay, who's he going to send me this week? So yeah, very, very fun. All right. Did Anna, are you able to get unmuted? If you can,
She can't figure out how to unmute on her phone. Does anybody know how to do that? She's on the phone app.
Maybe put it on the chat and we can help her that way. I think there surely is an unmute button somewhere. Oh dear. Okay, well Molly said that she'd be game for sharing. And she was actually maybe not going to be able to make it on tonight, but hey, I think it's fun to be able to share some little stories. And Molly was actually on my team for, was it a whole year? Kind of a crazy story, but I would love for her to just share a little bit of her mindset shift and like the clicker. I always like to hear the clickers for people.
Hi, everyone. So yes, I was a closet ambassador for over a year. I started Plexus in March of 2016. And here's what prompted me to start. I saw like 2 posts of Justin's on Facebook talking about better sleep and talking about blood sugar balance, and that, Jeremy's hypoglycemic. So I kind of decided really fast, this is something I'm going to do. We're just going to try it. I wasn't really a hard sell or anything. So Megan's like, hey, okay, can I get you on the phone? I signed up that night, had my convenience order on, kept it on for the entire year, and she'd message me, how you doing? And I'd always, good. Have you thought about sharing? And I would say, I'm just too busy. It wasn't on my heart to share. I've got a lot going homeschooling. I was like, I'm going to homeschool conferences. We were learning about homesteading. I'm going to homesteading conferences. It's just not on my radar. I don't want to do it. I wasn't really scared. It just wasn't my time yet. But then maybe about 10 months in, maybe even a year, I was thinking about it. And so that time when she asked, so what do you think about sharing? I was honest. I was like, well, I've started a Facebook page. I got a Facebook account, and I think about it every day. She's like, well, just be open to how the Lord leads you. That could be him putting it on your heart. But I still didn't start right away. It was even months after that. But I got my Facebook page up because I knew I didn't want my first posts to be blurbian about Plexus. So I tried to add a lot of content. I had less than 100 friends when I first started. But always in the back of my head was, have an engaging Facebook page, be a presence, because when I'm ready to do Plexus, then I want to have that all in place. So I started in May or June of, I don't even know what year that was. I don't know. May or June of 2017, I think. Sarah Rose Jackson was my first ambassador. She's on there. I had only met her once. She was just a mommy friend, a friend of a friend, actually, that I met when she moved to the area. When I had done homeschool days or, brought in speakers or whatever. Again, my dirt list has still not joined me. My mom does not do it. My dad does not do it. My bestie does not do it. But the people that he has brought into my life have surprised me. They are so brave. I have not had issues of, taking the fear out of posting or hashtag do it scared. They are so, just jump on in. This is a blessing. This is an amazing blessing, and have been so eager to share that they've really built my belief as well and given me courage just watching them. So that's a little bit of my story.
Thank you, Molly. That's awesome. So if you don't know, Molly is the prime example of hashtag no excuses. She's a mom of almost 11 kids, and her team has added so many people since in 2018. She went gold in January, and she almost hit senior gold this month, and they added like close to 30 or maybe more. I can't remember. So kudos to you, Molly. That's so awesome. And she's sharing with people, and she's helping people go silver. It's very, very simple. This business is not complex. But I agree, Molly, sometimes that dirt list does not join you, and you cannot like hold on to those people and cry over them. Some of the closest people in my family, my sisters, they don't do Plexus. They don't even try the products, and they've never tried them. Okay, so it's like, you have to go find your tribe. Go find your people. Those people will come, I promise you. So fun. Okay, is Melinda on here? I don't see Melinda unless she's on one of the phones. Anna, there was some directions on how to click the widgets or something. I'm not very techie, so I'm not a whole lot of help. Okay, so let's talk about, really quick, some prizes. So in order to enter to win a prize, we're going to do a drawing. I have 7 prizes. They're super fun. I need you to comment in the chat thread on the date that you went silver and something that you learned about going silver. Maybe a personal growth thing, maybe it was a fear factor, a comfort zone, something that you learned by going silver. And then Angie's going to actually pop on at the end, and she's going to announce who won which prize, and I'm going to show you what they are. Okay, so super fun. I have them right here behind my computer. All right, so Angie was going to share a couple of tips for new silvers and maybe share her little story about going silver. It's actually kind of interesting how tricky it is to remember back to when we went silver.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's funny when you're talking about the dirt list, because that's one of the things that I talk to my team about all the time is get your dirt list. And actually, I didn't even know about the dirt list back then. I hadn't heard that terminology, and I didn't have to reach out to anyone. My first 3 people that joined me reached out to me. And so what happened with my journey is that my mom had actually started the products first, just as a customer with Megan. And our family had been friends with Megan's family for many, many years. And I had seen Megan's posts on Facebook, but I didn't really pay attention to them. So about Plexus. So when people say, yeah, I've seen your post, but I don't know what that Plexus stuff is, it's true, because I had seen Megan's, but I didn't, the word Plexus kind of struck me, but I didn't know what it was. And so my mom got me to try. And so I tried it, and I was like, well, I'm already taking supplements, but I want to support my friends. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give it a try and see, I have anything to lose. And she said, well, you might as well just do wholesale. It's the cheapest. And I was like, yeah, well, I don't want to do that network marketing thing. I've done that in the past, and I'm not into that. And she's like, well, don't worry about it. You won't make any money. Then just get the wholesale price. So I reluctantly put my Social Security in. You know how we all do. Everybody's like, what do you need my Social Security number for? So that was me. Even though I knew why, but I was like, so I signed up, and I started taking the products in April. Then I signed up in May. And I didn't share until the end of June or the 1st of July. And the only reason I shared, it wasn't like I was trying to work the business at all. I was just trying to say, oh my goodness, I don't have migraines. I haven't had a migraine in 2 months. I haven't had restless leg. Oh my goodness, I'm feeling like my hormones are balancing out, but I'm not sure because it's only been 2 months. And so I started posting just little tidbits. And of course, my mom, who would be on my dirt list, was my first ambassador. And then my BFF contacted me, and she signed up right away. And then another girl who is about 20 years younger than I was, that she used to babysit for my kids when my older kids were young. And I guess she kind of looked up to me. She was like, hey, if you think this is great, I'm going to try it. And so of those 3 people, my mom and my BFF are still with me, and they both are still loving the products. But the other girl she's not with me anymore. But you never know how those first 3 people are going to come across. And it was quick for me, but it doesn't, as far as like once I started sharing, once people knew what I was doing. But honestly, I wish I would have known about Fast Start Gold, because I am driven not by money, not by prizes, but by the challenge. And so if Megan would have said to me, oh my gosh, Angie, there's this thing, you can get Fast Start Gold, that would have driven me to the brink until I accomplished that. So I always try to tell people right from the beginning, oh my goodness, you should try to achieve these. And in light of the new incentive that Plexus just came out with today, every single one of you who just went silver will be eligible for that. So if you don't know the details on that, check your email so you can make sure you get the details on that ASAP.
Awesome. Is there a guy on here that went silver? Mark. Awesome. Okay, I have a guy silver gift, so I'm actually going to draw 8 names because I have a guy gift. Fun. The guys are a little bit more rare around here, but we like the ambassadors. So congrats. That's awesome. Okay. All right. So Stephanie is going to share. Hang on. Let me see here. Let's see if she's going to pop on and share a little bit. Stephanie, are you there?
I am. I'm here.
Hey, there you are.
Hi.
How's it going? Are you driving home?
I hustled my bustle. Yeah. No, I'm on my way too.
Oh, on your way to worship practice. Okay.
Yep. So I'm in the parking lot, but people are gonna walk by me and they're like, "She's talking to her phone." My gosh, it's weird. But but yeah, Megan asked me to just share a little bit of how I went silver. I don't know. I always felt like I had a super unimpressive story. My friend Gretchen she reached out to me about doing the business with her when she first started. And I told her, no, girl, I love you, but I ain't got time for that kind of a thing. And she just followed up with me for 11 months. And then at that point, I was now, instead of working full time and like just don't have time to even look into what it is you're talking about. And I totally scrolled past her Plexus post and really didn't pay any attention. Now I was 4 months postpartum with my first baby. My hormones were all over the place. I'd never suffered with anxiety in my entire life, but here I was, an absolute wreck. I had horrible cravings, just all these things. She reached out to me and she's like, hey girl, you should at least come check out these Plexus testimonies. We're doing a night of testimonies. So I hopped on, and Carrie was on there, and she was pregnant. And there were all these other mamas who were either breastfeeding or pregnant. And I was like, this is safe for babies? And so then I ran to my pediatrician, and I was like, hey, I'm thinking about starting this. Can I do it? And she surprised me. She goes, oh, honey, go for it. She knew all about Plexus. Apparently, she had a whole bunch of moms in her practice taking it. So I was like, awesome. Okay. So I started it, and Gretchen didn't talk to me about the business again at that point, but I remembered that just like in the back of my head. And so she added me to the team page, and I hit up the pinned post. So before I even got my products, I had gone through pretty much everything on those pinned posts, and I was all excited just about, I don't know, it kind of sparked a possibility, I guess. And then I went through her emails, and she had the Plexus Use link in there. So I went through all that stuff. And now I'm like 2 weeks in, and my mom joins me, but I haven't posted anything yet because I'm so scared that what if it doesn't work? But it started to change how I felt. Things just, it was changing. And then, yeah, so about, let's see, it was probably my third week. I was like, I really want to order next month, but I really can't afford it. I'm really going to have to go silver. So I made my first post, and I was shocked that it just blew up. Nobody wanting to do it with me, but everybody was like, what is it that you're doing? And just super supportive. So out of that, I still didn't get any ambassadors, but I posted probably every other day for the next week. And then Megan suggested the product tester post. And I did that like on my fourth week, the day before my subscription was supposed to ship out. And I had three people jump out of the woodwork and just be like, yep, I'll try it. I'll try it with you. And they jumped in as wholesalers. So yeah, that was my story. I always kind of felt like it was kind of weird. Like it didn't make much sense. That's kind of how it went. And then I kept posting, and I just kind of bumbled through really the whole thing. It's like I really didn't know what I was doing, but I was excited to try whatever it was that I was doing. And I just kept sharing like every other day, if not every day, either something I was learning or like a new success story that somebody had that I came across. And then Gretchen had to remind me about compliance was actually a thing, and I couldn't say, disease names and stuff like that. But yeah.
That's awesome. And everyone's story is so special and so unique. Thank you for sharing, Stephanie, and thank you for everyone that shared. It's so fun, and I'm enjoying looking through the chat thread too. That's awesome. I thought it'd be kind of fun if we can open it up for 5 minutes and take a couple questions. Do any of you new silvers have any questions? There's actually quite a lot of experience on this call. Molly and Melody and Stephanie and Wendy are golds and senior golds, and Angie senior ruby, and a lot of silvers now. So it's super fun. Anyone have a question they want to unmute? It's not scary. Just click the unmute button and share your questions. I remember having so many questions. I was so skeptical when I started. Can someone unmute? If you're scared to unmute, you can put any questions in the chat. No questions. Wow. Y'all are pros. Hit silver? Now you're ready for that super silver thing. Y'all see that?
Yes.
It's so exciting. Okay, so Angie, are you ready to announce some names?
Let me get, wait a minute, hold it. Okay, I guess I'm up. Let me, I'm using my little app. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Did Mark go silver? It looks like there's a question on that.
I think it's their account is under his name. So when he goes silver, he gets the man gift.
Okay. So I have 9 people on here. So I have a little app on my phone. I just put the number in and it tells us the number. So that way we keep it nice and fair, right? Okay, hang on. Okay, so Anna Ferguson was number 5. So she's the first one. You want me to just keep rolling the names?
Sure.
Okay. And then 1, 2, 3, Christine. I don't see a last name there. Okay.
Ina, yeah.
Okay. And 9. Sarah Allen is the third winner. Bethany is the next winner. Bethany Meek is the 4th. Amber. I don't see a last name on there anyways, but Amber is number 5. Jerry.
Okay.
And let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. So 7, right, Meg?
Yes.
Okay. And Mia.
Fun.
Okay.
So is Mia the youngest ambassador on this call? Or is Jerry? Are you both tied?
I think Jerry's younger. Jerry, you're just 18, aren't you?
Wow, you guys inspire me. That's awesome.
Wow.
And I think, Jerry, you just signed up in February. Is that correct? And with
Yeah.
same month?
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Way to go. That's awesome. Okay, so I'm going to pick out some gifts here. Hang on one sec. Let me just mute real quick. There we go. Okay, so Anna Ferguson, you get a Bloomingdale's gifty gift. So I won a shopping spree to Bloomingdale's last year. So you get some earrings, girly. Okay, let's see. Christine Spina, you get some earrings too. Fun. All right. Actually, I better write these down so I don't send you the wrong gifts. This is the first time I've ever done something like this, so this is fun. All right, Sarah Allen, you get some e-samples to share with your people. Okay, let's see here. Bethany Meek gets a cute little mug from Bloomingdale's. So fun. Amber is going to get the water bottle, Plexus water bottle. So fun. And Jerry, is it Jerry or Gary? Jerry. And Mia, you guys get some Plexus Slim samples and catalogs to share with your people. So fun. Alrighty. If you don't mind, I think I have everyone's last name except Amber and Jerry's. If you don't mind putting them in the comments for me, that way I make sure I get it to the right Amber and the right Jerry. Okay, that's awesome. And let's see, if you could PM me your addresses, that would be really helpful. Amber Meadows. Okay, I thought it was Amber Meadows. Just wanted to make sure. And how funny. E-samples are fun. You can take them with you wherever you go. They're great for bug bites as well, so keep that in mind in the summertime. Okay, I just wanted to go over a couple of things really quick. So, two things that are super, super key. So now that you're silver, it's kind of like, what's next? Okay, so some people, they go silver, they hit that goal, they're like, yeah, I did it, and then they're done. And that's as far as they want to go in Plexus, and they're finished, and they enjoy their products, they get some help paying for their products. If you are wanting to continue to get your products covered after the first month, then you want to keep sharing. If you're someone that's looked at the comp plan, or you've looked at the different levels and the prizes you can earn and convention contests and all that fun stuff, you'll want to keep sharing. But there's two things that are super crucial to your success. So I'm going to talk to those people that want to keep going. And Justin was talking to me today, and I was chatting with him about this call, and he said, encourage them, run another lap. You've already hit silver, go for silver again. People need this. People need what we have. So I uncovered the archival copy of Megan Goff's Silver Ambassador notebook. Okay, this is how I grew my business. I did not have that fancy IPA sheet or an IPA journal, but I did have some things that are crucial to our success as Plexus ambassadors, and that is I wrote down goals, my Plexus goals, and my why. And my first goals were to get health in my family, to share daily, and get information out, and to educate myself, listen to some videos. This month, so I had a monthly goal. I had specific people I was going to reach out to, and my goal was to sign up people. That was my goal. I didn't have a number on it. My long-term goals, I thought these were fun. Make enough money to hire household help weekly. I knew I needed that as a busy mom. And then I wanted to put money in our savings account. I wanted to make enough to cover our own products. So that was like about the $300 mark. And then my next goal was to make $500 to $1,000 a month. So that's about silver to gold pay in between there, depending on what your personal volume is. If you have high PV, you're going to make more money. And then my year goal was to hit gold by the next year. So at my 1 year anniversary, I wanted to hit gold. So, and I realized that I set my sights a little low because I went gold 2 months after I went silver. So you can do what may seem impossible. I remember thinking, there's no way I know 20 people that can do this. But hey, I started to try and started to work towards that. This actually kind of leads into the last thing I was going to share about this incentive this month, which is going to help you get to gold, that halfway point, because between silver and gold is a journey. And so going from 3 people to going to 20 active people, that's a little different ballgame, but every single person on here can do that. And if you can get it, and if you can get to gold, or when you get to gold, you can get to diamond. Okay, so you're doing the same thing. You're learning a skill set. But before I do that, I see Melinda, and Melinda was going to share tonight. Are you game for sharing still?
I'm here. I'm so sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, we just had the most incredible church service ever. So like Bethel from Bethel College in California is here, and I couldn't leave because like people were getting healed, and it was like incredible, and I had to stay. Yes, and then one of my students accepted Jesus into her heart, and I lost it, and I'm about to lose it still. So that happened. I'm here though.
That's awesome. Wonderful. Hey, I'm so glad you're here.
Yes.
So we've just been sharing stories. Are you a game for sharing like your little silver story? Because I think
yes,
you're inspiring. Because I met Melinda actually last year at a friend's wedding. So she knew the bride and I knew the groom.
Yes, I can share. So I met Megan at that wedding, and she had all these little children following her around, and I was like, this is incredible. And she just looks wonderful. So it just kind of like creeped in my mind, like, how is she doing this? Because I had just had Doris. She was like 2 weeks old, so she was my third, and I was exhausted, naturally. And so so we just started talking, and we became Facebook friends, and then I just started following her posts, and I actually asked her first about the products for my husband, because all he did all the time was burp and fart, honestly, all the time, and he was bloated all the time, and it was out of control. So I asked her about the products for him, and then I was like, well, I need this too. I probably need it worse than him. So I started taking the products, and then I was home with her for 6 months, basically without a paycheck. And so I stopped taking the products because I felt guilty spending the money. And I just got to a point, probably December, where I just was so down and exhausted, and I just felt terrible. And I told my husband one day, I'm going to start taking the products again, and I'm going to do whatever I have to do to get them paid for. And so I really just kind of felt like God was talking to me there. I wasn't ready to share when I started the products the first time. And then I just felt like it's time. Now is the time. And I really felt strongly about that. And so I listened to Super Saturday online because I couldn't go to it. And then I met with Megan and Justin the day of Super Saturday. Yeah, that morning, right? For coffee. And we just talked, and it just felt right, and it was great. So the kids are coming in, so I'm going to keep talking. So so I've been taking the products off and on for like a year, and I decided to start sharing about the middle of January, maybe. I think it was the middle. I don't know exactly the first date, but January went well, and I think I signed 7 people in January, and then February is 10 actually. So all I'm doing is, hey, can I buckle you, Jameis? I just share consistently. Every day I make sure and share, and it doesn't always happen, but I'm sharing personal things, I'm sharing motivational things, and plexus stuff, and I just try to make my posts my own, but I steal them from everyone. Can I say steal? I just take the ones that I really like. Can you guys even see me? You can't, can you? I take the ones that I really like and just make them my own. But yeah, I just share, and then I make sure and follow up with people. That's another thing that I do consistently, because I think people, I mean, I'm busy, everybody's busy, and you get excited about something, and then it's, oh, I gotta cook supper, and I gotta go feed the cows, and I gotta go teach all day, and it's over every single day. And so people are busy, so I just make sure that I follow up with them always. And then I check in with all of my current people, just to make sure that they're doing okay, because if they are experiencing any symptoms, like, and you haven't told them that that might happen, or you're not checking in with them, they're going to just stop taking them, and that happens. And so the other thing that's been really good that I've done is the product tester post. I did that at the end of January, and then I did it again here in February, and I think I've signed 6 people just off of that product tester post, and just started conversations with lots of people. Even if they're not signing up, it starts a conversation, and then I can get them information. And so that product tester works really well. Yeah,
Thank you.
just keep it simple. I'm not doing anything crazy. I just do what Megan tells me to do, and then sorry, I'm in your way.
Melinda is very coachable. She's like, yeah, tell me what to do and I'll do it. So, and that's what she's doing. This is a follow the leader business. Super, super simple. All right, everyone's been on for a while, so I'm going to let you all go. But before I do, I did want to just remind everyone that you are impacting people. You are a positive beam of light. You guys are a light in a dark world. Your activity will lead to your success. And I am so pumped for March. Go, draw a line in the sand and go for it. There's a lot of, I don't know if you guys all saw that incentive, but it's incredible. So go check that out. It's Super Silver. You want to be Super Silver this month. Get out your list of 64. That is going to be your little Plexus Bible for the month, and that is going to help you get your goals. If you're not plugged into an accountability group, do so, and plug into all the IPA Power Hours that we're going to host this month. So I'm super excited, guys. This has been so fun. I will get your little gifty gifts sent out to you. Just PM me your addresses and I'll get those sent out. Thanks so much for being on tonight. Congratulations. Thanks for everyone that shared your stories. Bye, guys.